Shri Sai Satcharita, Chapter-6, Part-3, Transformation of Urus into Ramnavami Festival. Things were going on in this way and the fair was gradually increasing in importance till 1912, when a change took place. That year, one devotee, Mr. Krishnarao Jogeshwar Bhisham, the author of Sai Sagun Pasana, came for the fair with Dada Saheb Khapade of Amravati and was staying on the previous day in the Dikshitwada. While he was lying in the veranda and while Mr. Lakshman Rao alias Kaka Mahajani was going with puja materials to the masjid, a thought arose in his mind and accosted the latter thus. There is some providential arrangement in the fact that the Urus or fair is celebrated in Shirdi on Ram Navami. Ram Navami is very dear to all the Hindus. Then why not begin the Ram Navami festival, the celebration of the birth of Sri Ram on this day here? Kaka Mahajani liked the idea and it was arranged to get Baba's permission in this matter. The main difficulty was how to secure a Haridas who would do kirtan and sing the glories of the Lord on the occasion. But Bhishma solved the difficulty by saying that his Ram Akhyan, the composition of Rama's birth, was ready and he would do the kirtan himself, while Kaka Mahajani should play on the harmonium. It was also arranged to get the Suntavada, ginger powder mixed with sugar as prasad, prepared by Radha Krishna Mai. So they immediately went to the masjid to get Baba's permission. Baba, who knew everything and aware of what was happening there, asked Mahajani as to what was going to in the Vada. Being rather perturbed, Mahajani could not catch the purport of the question and remained silent. Then Baba asked Bhishma what he had to say. He explained the idea of celebrating Ram Navami festival and asked for Baba's permission, and Baba gladly gave it. All rejoiced and made preparations for the Jayanti festival. Next day, the masjid was decorated with buntings, etc. A cradle was supplied by Radha Krishna Mai and placed in front of Baba's seat, and the proceedings started. Bhishma stood up for Kirtan and Mahajani began to play on the harmonium. Sai Baba sent a man to call Mahajani. He was hesitating to go, doubtful whether Baba would allow the festival to go on or not. But when he went to Baba, the latter asked him as to what was going on and why the cradle was placed here. He answered that the Ram Navami festival had commenced and the cradle was put out for that purpose. Then Baba took a garland from the Nimbar Nichi and placed it round his neck and sent another garland for Bhishma. Then the Kirtan commenced. When it came to a close, loud sounds of victory to Ram went up and Gulal, color powder, was thrown up all around, amidst and band music. Everybody was overjoyed when suddenly a roar was heard. The red powder thrown promisingly went up and somehow fell into Baba's eyes. Baba got wild and began to scold and abuse loudly. People got frightened and took to their heels. The intimate devotees who knew Baba well took these scoldings and outpourings of Baba as blessing in disguise. They thought that when Ram was born, it was proper for Baba to get wild and angry to kill Ravan and his demons in the form of egoism and wicked thoughts, etc. Besides, they knew that whenever a new thing was undertaken at Shirdi, it was usual with Baba to get wild and angry, and so they kept quiet. Radha Krishna Mai was rather afraid and thought that Baba might break her cradle, and she asked Mahajani to pull the cradle back. When he went to loosen and unfasten the cradle, Baba went to him and asked him not to remove it. Then after some time, Baba became calm and that day's program, including Mahapuja and Aarti, was finished. Later on, Mr. Mahajani asked Baba for permission to remove the cradle. Baba refused the same, saying that the festival was not yet over. Next day, another kirtan and Gopal Kala ceremony, an earthen pot containing parched rice mixed with curd is hung to be broken after the kirtan and the contents distributed to all, as was done by Lord Krishna amongst his cowherd friends. was performed and then Baba allowed the cradle to be removed. While the Ram Navami festival was thus going on, the procession of the two flags by day and that of the sandal by night went off with the usual pomp and show. From this time onwards, the Urus of Baba was transformed into the Ram Navami festival. From next year 1913, the items in the program of Ram Navami began to increase. Radha Krishna Mai started a Nam Saptaha singing the glory of God's names continuously day and night for 7 days from 11th day of Chaitra. For this, all devotees took part by turns and she also joined it sometimes early in the morning. As Ram Navami festival is celebrated in many places all over the country, the difficulty of getting a Haridas was felt again. But 5 or 6 days before the festival, Mahajani incidentally met Balabua, who was known as modern Tukaram, and got him to do the kirtan that year. The next year, 1914, another Balabua Satarkar of Birhad, Sita Kawate district, Satara, could not act as a Haridas in his own town, as plague was prevailing there and so he came to Sirdi. With Baba's permission, which was secured through Kaka Sahib Dikshit, he did the kirtan and was sufficiently recompensed for his labor. The difficulty of getting a new Haridas every year was finally solved from 1914 by Sai Baba, as he entrusted this function to Das Ganu Maharaj permanently, and since that time he has been successfully and credibly conducting the function till now. Sri Sai Satcharita, Chapter 6.